Armstrong shows off New Louisiana.
We're at about 6 or 7 inches of water here.
Right.
What was this 3 years ago?
3 years, well, 5 years ago, it was 4 and 5 feet of water. You know, I mean, no land whatsoever.
Armstrong has watched a geologic age unfold before his eyes.
There's other places that's really just deteriorating. Every year you can see it, you know, getting worse and worse. This place is opposite. Every year you see it doing a little better.
Several hundred feet away, another island sports even more life.
Well, let's see. We've got 10-foot willow trees here.
Yeah, we do.
Where did they come from?
They started growing here once this bar built up in the last couple of years, maybe not 2 years.
So we're in a 1.5 year or a 2-year-old forest.
Right. That's about what it amounts to.
And to think it came close to never happening.
They planned to close this thing.
Yes.
And you just wouldn't take no for an answer?
No, I wouldn't. Because I knew it would be the biggest mistake they ever made.
A decade ago, contractors for the Army Corps of Engineers cut a hole in the river levee, a pilot project aimed at harnessing the power of the Mississippi to form land. The mighty river ran wild, barreling through the cut, gouging out the bottom, blasting away everything in its path. Nothing got built. A federal and state task force ordered the diversion to be closed. But Armstrong never stopped believing.
So for years, the experts were saying this didn't work.
Right.
And you were saying
it was working. It just needed help. Yeah.
The cattle rancher who grew up on the river believed the diversion just needed a little help.
It was running wild.
In 2009, the Corps put in a sort of backstop, an artificial island that slowed down the water pouring through the levee cut.
That's when we started seeing sandbars. Within 1 year. 1 year, sandbars started coming up.
Today, hundreds of white pelicans sit on new sandbars, part of their winter home.
You're not a hydrologist, you're not a geologist, you're not an engineer. Why were you so convinced this was working?
Because I've seen it happen before. And I know about different things that did happen in the old days that I was told about.
When practically everyone else had given up on the project, Earl Armstrong may have been the only person on Earth who knew what was happening in West Bay, on the water bottom, out of view.
I hardly ever seen anybody out here. I'd come out here and just ride around and look and measure the water. It was one heck of a change right here where we're standing. I came out here one day and was dead low tide, looked like a big horseshoe. You know, and I seen it awful ways, and I could see the birds on it. And I like to broke my neck getting over here to take a look, you know.
Armstrong went to a task force meeting, just a citizen, to confront the experts.
When I did go, people really listen. You can tell when somebody's listening to what you have to say.
Then the great flood of 2011 belched a giant plug of mud into West Bay. Islands started popping to the surface.
He called me and said, "You're not going to believe what's happening. You're not going to believe what's happening."
Armstrong called on local Plaquemines officials like Albertine Kimball of the Coastal Office.
Seeing is believing, and that's why we had to get everybody else down here to see it.
Late last year, in a pivotal field trip to check on the project, staffers of the federal agencies saw and believed.
Once we set it up, Mother Nature takes over, so I think this is a good day.
A giant cloud still hung over West Bay. The original deal with shipping companies called for the project to pay for any issues with navigation. An anchorage was silting in, partly because of the cut in the river. Dredging it would cost millions of dollars, devouring money for other coastal projects.
Those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? The motion is carried.
In a compromise last month, the task force agreed to pay for dredging the anchorage one more time, but keep alive West Bay.
I was very happy. More tears tomorrow. It still does right now. Makes me happy. Long live Plaquemines Parish and West Bay Diversion.
West Bay lives on, thanks in no small part to Earl Armstrong. Did you save this thing?
Did I save it? I don't know if I saved it, but I ran a lot of cages, you know, and I made a lot of noise and talked to a lot of people that made me feel I was doing the right thing.
Dredging the anchorage will cost $15 million. May not be the absolute final solution, but task force members say at the very least it buys time to work out the final solution to the controversy over West Bay.
City Park and the Hotel Monteleone revealed the